What's going on, guys? Happy Friday. It is your girl, Victoria Langford, Credit Solutionist. The thumbnail doesn't deceive you. We're talking about the rise of ghost jobs. I'm so happy you're here on this Friday, whether it's a Freaky Friday, a Financial Friday, a Freedom Friday. We're all here together, and you could have been anywhere in the world tonight, as our boy Jay-Z says, but you're here with me, and you have no idea how much I appreciate that. All right. We're going to be talking about the rise of ghost jobs. If you are not clear about what that is, trust me, you have definitely experienced it in your life. You have seen it. You've been a part of it, or your company is currently engaging in this culture as we speak. What it do, y'all? Here's my face. Your girl is here. We're going to talk about it because, these companies are playing in your face. They're playing in my face, and they're playing in my friend's face tonight. You guys already know it's Friday. We're going to have a special friend of the channel here because I think me and this lady got a little thing going on, and I think it's been working. We've been doing it for the last maybe 3-4 Fridays, and y'all been here for it. We going to be talking tonight, y'all. So I got to get warmed up. I got to get my juices flowing, and we going to get ready to talk about these ghost jobs. Y'all, my girl is going to come give us some perspective and tell us why HR departments think that it is okay to post fake jobs that they have no intention of hiring you for. They let you get in your car. No, they let you get up, put on your clothes, brush your teeth, get in traffic, and come down and interview, and they have no intention of actually hiring you. They doing it, and we're going to talk about it tonight. And we have an HR professional in the house with over 20 years of experience. She gonna tell you all about herself. My girl, Miss MentorShelly. We gonna be talking. Girl, where you at? Hold on, girl. You know I gotta work on my technology, y'all. Thank you for your patience, boo-boos. But let us know where you watching from as y'all come in. And let me bring my girl onto the stage. But I can't do that until we get her some applause, girlfriend. Okay, here you come, girl. Hey, boo. Girl, I know my intros be long. My intros be long, but girl, I got to do you justice, okay? But we got to talk about all of this tomfoolery with these ghost jobs. Are you here with me, girl? Hold on, let me get you. There you go. You unmuted. Hey, girl.
Hey, everybody. How y'all doing tonight? All righty. We're about to talk about this tomfoolery because I said ghost jobs. Like, what in the... hello, Blind Betty. How you doing
Hey, Blind
tonight?
Betty. Oh, wow, you're in Corpus Christi. Girl, you
Oh,
are like south, okay? And you're from the land of Selena, a bitty bitty bum bum. To you, girl. Happy Friday, okay? Y'all already know. When I
I
hear
love
Corpus
it.
Christi, I'm like, Selena, got it, girl.
I see.
That's
Yes,
awesome. Thanks for checking in, girlfriend. We appreciate you. So,
yes.
Shelly, girl,
Hey.
okay. So I sent you this. I texted you. You and I talk. We are friends outside of online, y'all. This is not just a business thing between me and my girl here. Now, listen, I sent you this question or this topic that we should talk about this Friday, ghost
Mm-hmm.
jobs. When I read about this, I was like, oh my God, something crazy is going on right now because why are employers doing this? Why are they playing in our faces? They say they need people to, fill these positions. We try, we go, and then we apply, we interview, then we don't hear from anybody anymore. Now, on my end, I don't know too much about that because I don't be applying for jobs. But I know as an HR professional, you have experience with this. So I know you can offer some perspective. So before we jump in, though, tell us where where you're based out of, if you want, who you are, what you do, and why you are such a vital part of this conversation. I'm going to give you the floor. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead, girl.
Hey, everybody. This is Mentor
Uh-oh. Hang
Shelley.
on.
Wait a minute. Hey there. Hey there, awesome folks. This is Mentor Shelley, wanting to make sure that you become a better version of yourself professionally. Of course, you can always find me at mentorshelly.com, or you can find me on YouTube at YouTube at Mentor Shelley. I am the author of the book From Clueless Teenager to Consummate Professional, 7 Steps to Creating the Life and the Career or the Economic Life You Truly Want. I'm also the author of the blog, mentorshelly.com, and also the career coach that provides career strategy, interview and salary negotiation coaching. And I am also able to provide you with a guide if you are a ex-trad wife coming out of a very interestingly difficult situation and you're needing to jump back in the career space or in the job market. I do have specialties, which we'll talk about later on. We're going to be posting the links as the live goes on. I want to make sure you understand, no matter where you're coming from, whether you're just coming out of high school, you're just coming out of college, or you're just coming out of a bad situation, relationship or otherwise, I'm here to help you to become a better professional. Take the floor, Victoria. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You're muted. You're muted.
You good? You good, girl? Because I'm gonna give you your flowers. I was just talking to somebody about that today, and honestly, when I do these little applauses, girl, soak it in, because we were talking about giving people their flowers before they are no longer with us, or before they, while they're in our lives is when we need to tell people how great they are. So
Absolutely.
I am honored to give you the floor here, this evening, because I know for a fact you are going to bring so much value to this conversation. And before we get started, I wanted to introduce myself because I'm not even sure I said it, y'all, but I am Victoria Langford, your credit solutionist. I am the
Yes.
owner of Langford Solutions and the lead debt elimination consultant over at mycreditcall.com. Okay. I am also the author of the 90-day rapid repair mini ebook. Let me show y'all, because y'all, I just redid my cover. Give me my flowers. I look
Nice.
cute. Okay. Look, look, look. Let me give myself the applause right now. So listen, y'all, this book right here is going to it is your one-stop shop, okay? Because if you are looking to improve your credit score, if you are looking to literally get your mind right before the holidays, this book will get you straight. 90 days, you could literally have your credit like in check before you have to buy your kids Christmas gifts. So let's talk
Oh,
about
yeah.
it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the
Yes.
book. If you follow the steps in this book, you are going to be straight. And I believe I like attached it to the bottom, or like put some links in the description or something, y'all. You know how to find it. If you cannot find it there, go ahead. If it's not in the description, send me an email at support@langfordsolutions.com. Get to know me, get to love me. You're going to see a lot of our chocolate faces in quarter 4. You just gonna see it, okay? It is what it is.
Yeah.
So, like I said, y'all, I got a whole gambit of products, but we ain't gonna do that tonight because I gotta let my girl shine over here. Okay, listen. All right, Shelly,
Yes.
you know you are my resident career lady. Like, we got to talk about it tonight, because again, I
Yes.
have a lot of people on this channel. They're trying to be financially savvy. They are literally trying to make their lives better, secure their financial future, build their personal economy. But
Absolutely.
these employers are now playing in our face, because we know that you have the insider knowledge on this. I have a question to ask you before we jump into everything tonight. What percentage of employers do you suspect may be posting what we call ghost jobs? Meaning jobs they post but have no intention of filling.
I would hope it would be maybe 15% or less, because that's so unethical on so many levels. Let me just start off by saying that, because
Got you.
understanding what it takes, and what, especially in this day and age, in this economy, people are
Mm-hmm.
applying for jobs everywhere. That's
Mm-hmm.
why you have to always practice several job search methods, not just one.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're concentrating on applying online, the
Mm-hmm.
unfortunate part about it is a great percentage of what you're applying for are not going to be jobs that are going to be fruitful, because unfortunately you have HR teams and organizations that delve into this type of practice, which personally and professionally, the end result of it, although based on some of the reading that I did earlier, um, they might see some positives in the small term, in a short
Mm-hmm.
frame. It's ultimately, the truth is the only leg you can truly stand on, whether you're a company or you're an individual. So I've always operated and worked with organizations that operate from an integral place, and the whole fake job listing piece of it reeks of unnecessary unnecessary fibbing, or unnecessary lying. Let's just be clear
We
about
used to say fibbing when I was a kid because my mom would not let us say lie. Lie was a cuss word in our house.
no, but
So
darling,
yeah,
but it's
fibbing.
not true. So fake means not true.
Untruths. And we see y'all in the chat, but I got to get this number from my girl. Okay, so girl, original question. What percentage? 1 to
I'm
100.
thinking, I personally think 15 or less. Hopefully it's not more because Lord, no.
Ooh, you so gracious. Okay, you say 15. When I read the articles at first, like before seeing the percentage, I thought it had to be like 25, right? Because I always feel like there's like this like 1/4 of the population is always doing something unscrupulous. But we don't find out unless we investigate, right? So I'm
Right.
like, okay, 25%. Okay, so y'all, Shelly says 15%. I say 25%. And I posted the question already. So you guys participate, okay? Because the more you participate, the more YouTube pushes this out to people so they can come and chill with us. We need to grow this tribe, y'all. So y'all, let me know, what percentage do y'all think? We're going to tell you, but I want to know what y'all think because I know I got some thinkers in this group. Okay, so Shelly says 15. I say 25. And then I would say, let me ask you this, and then we're going to jump in the comments and jump in our article. If you had to guess, Shelly, what industries are the most likely to post fake jobs?
Oh God.
Just give me a guess, girl, because we're going to go through the articles anyway.
Um,
I know what I think it is, but what do you think?
I'm thinking probably, lower skilled jobs more so just because they want the volume. And of course, Denise here, I know you're gonna go to the comments,
Yeah,
but
we're definitely gonna get to them.
there's probably some, high skilled, some employers that require or looking for high skilled employees
Uh-huh.
that may delve into this practice, but
Uh-huh.
the overall impression that they think, or what they think they're going to get the benefit and the advantage of it, it's truly going to have a blowback later on. So,
So what's an example of one of those lower skill jobs? Just give us
like
anything.
customer service,
Ooh,
you
girl.
know, like working in a plant, whether it be manufacturing or you're in a distribution center,
Mm-hmm.
or because a lot of those positions or a lot of those jobs have very high turnover, so a lot of them have like a standing position out there in the indeeds.com and the whoever uses Monster anymore,
Mm-hmm.
the monster.coms of the world, but you know they may have just like a standing position because there's the turnover is, good Lord, damn near 100%. So it just depends.
Okay. So
What's going on?
mine's a little nuanced, but I'm just gonna be like pretty general with it and vague. So I think like maybe entry level, but not quite entry level, like a step above entry level jobs. Those are the
Mhm.
ones that I think are going to have the most ghost jobs, only because employers want to know what the landscape is like. What do the candidates look like now?
Oh,
What is their education level? What should we be working with? What do they expect to make? I think they're doing it for a specific reason. We'll talk about it later. But I want
right.
to say entry and then like post entry. Okay, that's what I'm going to say.
Right, depending,
So,
yeah.
yeah, so not quite receptionist, but maybe the people that the receptionist that walk past the receptionist to get into their little cubicle. I think it's those people.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. All right.
Okay, so let's jump into these comments and then we're going to get into our first article. And thank you guys so much for stopping by. Let us know what industries you think post the most fake job postings.
Yeah.
Also, we want to know if you have experienced a fake job posting where you went to the interview and then they never called you back. We want to know about all of that. Okay, so let's jump in. These are our folks that have been rocking with us forever. So Still Rocks, thank you so much for stopping by. This is going to
Hey,
be
Still
such a great
Rocks.
conversation.
Yes.
Okay, so job descriptions in these job postings are trash. I don't know who is writing them. Listen,
Chat
AI for all we
GPT.
know. Exactly, it's AI. Girl, I heard the word AI so much today. And I looked at this person that kept saying, oh, we're going to use AI. We're going to use AI. I was like, bro, you're using Chat GPT. Just call it what it is. Moving on. I wonder how often they are updated. Sometimes they don't explain duty schedule. That is a great indicator, I think, but we're going to talk about that later. If it's vague, something's wrong. Something's wrong.
Not necessarily, but go ahead.
Okay, and we're gonna get your perspective. Hold on to that. Okay, I'm gonna write
Understood.
that down. Hopefully, we'll get back to it because, girl, I'll be all over the place. Okay, so He's giving you your flowers. I want you to see this, madam. Okay.
Thank you, Still Rocks.
Okay. Okay.
I
Hold on. Hold
appreciate
on.
that. Thank you. Thank
Mm-hmm.
you.
She ain't never gonna tell us we didn't give her nothing, okay? Look, we're not gonna let her do that to us, okay, Still Rocks? Look, we're gonna make sure she sees it, okay? Thank you for that, Still Rocks. Okay, now that's a twist out. Okay, wait, you talking about Shelly? What we talking about?
No, she's talking about your hair when you had your book cover.
Oh, girl, listen. When it gets cold, that's when the twist out comes out. So y'all, I'm debating. I'm gonna take these braids out very soon, and I don't know if I'm gonna do twist out or if I'm going to stay with the braids. I don't know, you guys. Like, looking at my photos, I'm like, I think I'm gonna twist out. Yes. Okay, so hey Denise Joe, and we're so happy that you always rock with us. You're definitely in our network, and we appreciate you. We really, really do. Thank you both for oh my god, y'all gonna make me cry tonight. Stop that.
Thank you. Still
don't do that.
You're making my heart flutter. Thank you.
I know. Appreciate I think my heart just expanded a little bit. You know how like the Grinch they show in the cartoon where his heart gets bigger? That's what's happening right now. Y'all cut it out. Stop it. Okay. So my question here was, what percentage of online jobs do you think are fake? Still Rocks came in at a whopping 30 to 40%. You know what? We're going to find out. We're going to find out because really the unemployment rates and all that kind of stuff, somebody ain't telling truth. So you might be onto something. I won't let my child say lie either. Yeah, my mom, she never let that go down. Like she was like, don't say lie in my house. And we're like, okay, well, you're fibbing.
But it's still a lie, though.
Anyway, I know. I'm like, ma'am, that is an untruth. Okay,
it's a lie.
Okay, like we need to go to court over this, madam. Okay, notary roll. Hey, girl, look. And you're out in these notary streets, which is another, I won't even call it a side hustle. This is a money-making venture that y'all can seriously go into. Absolutely. So she says, not trying to be funny, but if it is someone from India advertising a job, I don't trust it, especially Salesforce or any tech jobs. I will tell you this, notary world, to be honest with you, I have a chat bot over at mycreditcall.com right now. And ever since I put that chat bot up last week, I have sincerely been getting so many whack. I'm not even going to say whack. Let me not say that. But the last names are like Shawarma, Patel, whatever. And it's all advertisements for getting me traffic on my channel and all this weird stuff. Like this other guy even pulled up my YouTube channel and like circled all my analytics. And he's like, yeah, well, I could help you with this and your titles and da-da-da-da. Boy, shut up. The chat bot is for people that want to get their credit fixed. Okay. Cut it out. Okay. So I think she's saying, so Denise Joe, I think she's saying that tech has the most ghost jobs that are advertised. I think you were onto something, ma'am. Okay, we're gonna learn it in these articles. Yes, customer service or IT. These are great guesses here. My husband says 10% and retail for sure, because I think they just want to, well, we'll talk about it, but I think there's a method to the madness here. And as I read these articles, I am almost 50-50 with how I feel about it. I'm so conflicted. Okay. And Denise Joe says, I'm feeling like higher skill roles. Okay. You bring an interesting layer to this because there is a reason that I could see that this would be done. Right. If the employer wants to tap people for oh my God. Yes. And I have proof that happens. I have proof. So let me write a note. I'm sorry, Shelly girl.
Oh boy.
Ooh, because I got to run this one by you.
I'm just gonna interject and say that if that's what you got to do to get people for ideas,
I am so gonna tell you why I know this is a fact. We're gonna talk about this because I've seen this in the flesh.
I'm looking at you sideways, HR, but go ahead on. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looking so like you love how you look to the side so hard that your eyes start like straining and burning and stuff. That's what we're doing right now. It's what do they call them? Bombastic side eye. Bombastic. Hey, Dark and Lovely. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hey, and then tag team back again. Wait, how do we? There we go. Right, all right, girl. We're gonna learn.
We figured it out.
Okay,
we grown right here, child.
No, I swear. And we have to tell you guys, like, we are learning as we go, which is great, you know? And the consistency of every Friday, I think it's a really good thing. I really do, actually, because it's just, I don't know. It's good. We need this. We needed this, you know? Okay, manufacturing has the highest ghost jobs. Okay, Dark and Lovely, you must have Googled. Girl, you ain't supposed to skip ahead. Come on now.
Ah,
You know it takes me a
I
minute to
did
get to the
touch on
point.
that. I did touch on
Okay.
that.
I'm like, look, sis, y'all already know me. It take me a minute to get to the point. So don't be skipping ahead. Look
Oh
at you.
Lord, come on.
She wanted them A++ students. I know what she is.
Well,
Okay. I got you, girl.
well.
But thank you for contributing, girl. Okay, let me see. I had an experience of job board posting that was not on the company's site and the address. Oh, wow. That's insulting. That's insulting because they have the nerve to require that you have like a bachelor's degree and then they don't think that you can see through the BS that they do.
Um, but unfortunately, bachelor's degree don't mean you got common sense. But I digress.
You know
Keep going.
what, Shell? Now you're about to start some mess because that was something that I would have said and then been like, oops, oops.
Just saying.
Oh my
I'm
God. But
just
no,
saying.
but yeah, thank you guys again for stopping by. We so appreciate you. Of course, you know, we Credit Solutionist is getting better at checking comments. Okay. It be taking me a minute because you know I'm a chatterbox. I said the other day I'm a babbling brook. You guys know this.
Well, come
Okay.
on.
So we got Shelly says 15%. I say 25% of ghost jobs are posted. And
Hmm.
then she says lower skill jobs are more likely. And then I say customer service, or she says customer service also. And then I say the level above receptionist. So still entry, but like not quite entry. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's jump into our first article because I had to do some research about fake job postings. So
Hmm.
let me go ahead and share with you guys the first thing that we're going to cover. So get your pen and pad ready. And here we are. All right, guys, I hope you can see that. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this up on the screen. We're going to read through it. Okay, good. Okay, so this one came from Resume Builder.
Hmm.
Surprisingly, these were some really good articles that I found. So, you guys, it says 3 in 10 companies currently
Wow.
have fake job postings listed. I believe it was Still Rocks
It
that
said 30.
said,
40. Hmm.
yes, and I had no idea how accurate Still Rocks actually was. So congratulations, you get one of those flowers back, Still Rocks. Thank you so much. So here we
Wow.
go. Let's read in. Let's dive in, guys. So it says employers posting fake or ghost job listings online is a disturbing trend and growing problem in the job market. This highly unethical tactic can impact job seekers' perceptions and organizational trust. Now it says in May, and this is 2024, Resume Builder surveyed 1,641 hiring managers. So this is 30% out of 1,641 hiring managers. I don't know about you, but that's a lot of freaking hiring managers to
That
talk
is a lot.
about. Yes, to
That's
where
concerning.
exactly, because now I'm like, what industries? Who are these people? How long they've been doing this? What companies are they with? Like, girl, I had questions. Okay, now it says here, I'm going to skip down. So it says 4 in 10 companies posted a fake job listing this year. Still Rocks had it right, y'all. Hold on. I'm sorry, y'all. I know y'all probably gonna get tired of me with these sound effects, but Still Rocks, I am sorry. You get the award of the night because wow. So it says here overall, 39% of hiring managers surveyed said their company posted a fake job in the last year or in the past year.
Wow.
According to these hiring managers, the idea to post fake job listings primarily came from human resources. Oh, God, human resources, y'all. They said HR did it. So I got questions from a girl, the HR consultant here. You
We about to get into
girl.
it. Keep going.
And they said it came from senior management, executives, investors, consultants. Further, fewer than 1% of those hiring managers say the idea came from other sources. Now, that could be TikTok, social media, whatever. And
Right.
about 1% of hiring managers were unsure where the idea originated from. Yeah, okay. Of the companies listed fake jobs within the past year, approximately 26% posted 1 to 3 fake job listings. 19% posted 5 fake job listings. 19% posted 10 fake job listings. 11%, oh God, I want to throw up, posted 50. 50.
That's not good.
10 10% Shelly posted
That's
25 fake jobs, and 13%, oh my god, posted 75 or more fake jobs.
I'm interested to. I need to go. I need to do some additional research to find out what
Oh my
industries people pull
god.
these stats from, because that's alarming.
This is, I am disgusted.
That's egregious on so many levels. It
Oh
is.
my God, because they are playing in people's faces and it is
Literally.
not okay.
Oh, it's
Oh
not.
my God. Okay,
It's
we got a new person in here and we're going to keep going. Dick Lambert, thanks so much for stopping by. I think you're new here. Okay, it says, I have been applying for the same job posting for the past 2 years. I think these job postings are just posted to make a study on how many people are going to apply. I think that, again, I understand it from a business standpoint, but I think, like Shelly said, it's egregious. And I think it's, as a former employee, I think it's quite disgusting. I'm not okay with this on a human level. Okay,
mm,
now it says the goal of fake job post is to trick overworked employees. So here's another angle.
mm,
So we had Dick Lambert that said what he thought it was, right? He thinks it's just kind of a research thing.
hmm.
Now, some of this article says that employers are doing this so they can trick the people inside the organization to believe that more help is on the way. So let's go ahead and read this. It says companies posted fake job listings to make it appear the company is open to external talent, that's 67% of them, to act like the company is growing. So they're trying to trick employees into thinking the company's growing and to make employees believe their workload would be alleviated by new workers. To have employees feel replaceable. So they're playing in your face and they're messing with your emotions because they want you to know, hey, these job postings are here so we can scare you guys into working and acting right and getting your butts back in these offices.
My God.
Return to work mandate, anybody? Amazon return to work mandate in January 2025, anybody?
Oh, wow.
And
Mm.
lastly, to collect resumes and keep them on file for a later date. And I think this is what Dick Lambert was getting at, right? So Shelly, my darling,
You just want me to fuss at folks today, don't you?
I my little conspiracy theory antlers are like so tingly right now.
what I'll
What do you
say.
think about this?
What I'll say about this whole situation. Number one, it's a lot of motion and actions to. If there's things that you want to achieve, if there's research that you want to do proper research and stop playing in people's faces. Because if you're not looking for candidates, why waste people's time? Why waste your time putting up a fake job posting? Do you know it costs company money to post some of these? Some of the websites are free, but some
Okay.
of them are not. You're
Okay.
taking in, you're using the ATS system, you're paying for service fees for jobs you have no intentions of hiring for.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Let's look at this
Up,
because I
up,
think for
apparently, some of these companies, number one, not that everybody's gonna be whooshy whooshy, woo wooey about caring for their employees or caring for what it is that the company, the value the employees bring to the table.
mhm.
But what should the HR should be doing is having conversations with upper management to find out the actual needs of the company, what they in essence need to be more productive. It's to make sure that their processes are tight in place,
Right.
not to be posting fake jobs and seeing, oh well, willy-nilly who will apply. And the percentage levels on some of these are really are alarming. It's not illegal,
Facts.
but it's unethical. And if
Okay.
you operate from an unethical place, that is going to catch up with you eventually. Because number one, if you're posting to have your employees that are currently working for you feel less valuable, you're not going to keep the good ones for very long. So that's two. And then two, that's one. Two, if you're posting just as an experiment, then do an experiment and don't waste people's time. Because people out here looking to get their bag together and get their economics together. They're people looking for actual jobs. Don't waste people's time.
It's like they're in direct opposition to what you and I are doing. Like me with my, my 30-day business blueprint, right? I'm
Mhm.
showing people how to be financially successful, how to start their businesses, how to, you know, make money, right? I'm showing them how to keep persevering in the face of adversity. You know
Right,
me personally. I've had crazy stuff happen this year and I've literally had to challenge myself in ways I didn't think. And then
right.
here you are, an HR professional for what, over 20 years now.
Yep,
This is in direct opposition to what we're doing. We're telling you everything is, not necessarily fair, but we're telling you that you're going to get a fair shake if you put the effort in. And
right.
here these companies are telling you, well, no, that's actually not true. Like 30 or 40% of what we post isn't real anyway.
Well,
You know?
let's hopefully this is not across the board. Maybe it's just certain industries.
Girl.
I'm hoping this is the eternal optimist in me.
You know what? You be doing that, girl, and I be sitting here like, what in the world? We gonna do this. Look,
Because
look, look.
this I'm
Yeah, wait, what's this what I did last week? Look.
oh Lord. Not the funeral music. Jesus. Okay, come on back. Come on
No,
back.
but seriously, so that's the only reason that it bothers me because it's like, you know, I want to make sure, honestly, this is why we have to keep going because we have to show people that despite the fact that this is what's happening, this is why you have to take your own personal economy so much more serious because of this chart that I lie before you. Reasons companies post fake job listings. 70%, you guys, look open to external talent. And then it says coming in at a close second, right under 70%, make it appear the company is growing. So that is like a false tactic that they use to make it look like the company's doing better than it is. Because when you really think about it, what is a job posting technically? If you don't work there, you don't know if that company's growing or not. And based on the experience that I've had in companies that are both public and private, meaning publicly traded, and then they are publicly traded, then they become private. That's
Right,
already a red flag when they become private, but that's another conversation for another day.
right.
But when a company's public and then they have all these job listings to John Q public, it appears that the company may be doing better than they are, and that is just a marketing tactic. It's right, Shelly, like it's essentially just they're kind of
It's
just puffing
it's
up their chest.
it's fluff.
There
And
you go. It's
fluff
PR.
eventually, yeah, it's fluff. And eventually fluff is going to die down. It's kind of like, okay, well, the
Right.
bubbly comes on the champagne, you pour in the champagne and it's up here, and
Mm-hmm.
then by the time you have it sit for a minute, it fizzes down. Because what's going to happen is you keep putting out fake job postings, and then when you get some quality people in the door, and then they're going to
Facts.
find out they've just been invited to the crap show of all centuries, they're not
Yeah.
going to stay. So doing all of this and putting these fake job postings, wasting your most valuable resource, which is your time,
Mm-hmm.
to do this nonsense down the line is not going to be beneficial anyway. These supposed
Mm-hmm.
benefits, once it is known, keyword, once it is known, all of those benefits go out the window.
Got you. Got
Once
you.
it's known. So it's the let's see how quickly, because this is the age of information.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe when you could get away with this in the 80s and the 90s and even the early 2000s,
Mm-hmm.
nobody's loyal. They before people can even get to, oh, let's try this tactic, they've already renamed it and put it on TikTok. So if you think for if companies think for 1 second that people can't figure that out, if they have any sort of semblance of, okay, well, if they're really hiring for it,
Mm-hmm.
something as simple as this to try to for you as an individual or a focused professional,
Mm-hmm.
do something simple as, okay, this company says they're hiring. Let's go to their website. Is it
Mm-hmm.
there as well? If it's not there, go ahead and check on their LinkedIn page. Is it there as well?
Mm-hmm.
That's just basic one-on-one. Check those three places.
Okay, so what I hear you saying is that we don't need to take these companies at face value. We need to sometimes jump off of social media and say, okay, social media is kind of just a starting point, right? It's a little launch pad, so to speak, where if Amazon says, okay, we're hiring, we have a job fair, da 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 da, say I come on, I do a YouTube short, I say, hey guys, Amazon's hiring, and go to this city, and this city, and you can bring your resume and blah 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 blah.
Mhm.
What I hear you saying is that the person watching that video should then not only go to the company's website, they should also, like you said, look at their LinkedIn. They should also do some deeper diving,
Please.
right? Just to confirm what I'm saying is accurate, and then also even go so far as to look at like their latest like public earnings call. That's one thing I think a lot of people should be doing because that will tell you everything you need to know.
And also look at articles, because just like how
Right.
they're interviewing you, you're interviewing them too, because you may
Mm-hmm.
not want to be a part of that ratchet company if you do a little digging. Just saying.
Facts, facts.
You know?
Okay, so let's do these comments and then we'll jump into the rest of the article here. So again, guys, keep telling me, do you think that this is unethical to they're using it for multiple reasons. It's a
Right.
marketing ploy, it's a they're doing some research and development, so R&D is happening here. They're
Right.
doing so many things by posting that one job. They're also this was not mentioned, but they're also appearing as though if, say the federal government or whomever, like say they
Mhm.
have some kind of quota they have to fill for advertising in certain underprivileged areas and stuff like that,
Right.
posting these jobs takes care of that to cover them for other kickbacks that they're getting behind the scenes. You come to my channel for me to say stuff like that and for you to go research, okay?
Follow the money.
there's there's layers to
Follow
this
the money.
because there's something about that because they do
Mhm.
have to post certain jobs or they have to
Yep.
make certain things public, and again we're going to talk about that as we go on because I've had experience on the employer side or employee side. Shelly has had experience on the HR side and seeing the behind the scenes of it.
Right.
So tell us if you think this is ethical, you guys, because I could see it both ways. Sadly, I hate that I can. All right, sound effects. Listen, y'all. That's a staple. We keeping them. We keeping them. I be downloading them every week, y'all. We got them. We're gonna be doing the put 'em pump. We're gonna do all kind of stuff. Okay.
All right.
Okay. So Dick Lambert says this reminds me about a friend of mine posting products on FB Marketplace just to test the waters and see when people ask. She says the product has been so exactly. And if I message your friend, I am none the wiser of whether she has that product or not. She's the only person that really knows if she has that product. And all she has to do is tell me no.
It's a little different. Product testing is a little bit different from job assessment, because if there's an employer that know that they don't have that need,
Mm,
um, there are other ways of finding people. Um, I'll put it to you this way: it's also to your benefit
mm-hmm.
as a career professional to not only use one method to find a job. Applying online is
Okay.
one way. This is
Okay.
where you will run into these supposed fake jobs. Another more concrete way is to hit up your, as our leader for Black Women Making Money always specifies,
Mm-hmm.
hitting up your multicultural networks, because you will probably find better opportunities through those channels. Um,
Okay.
because in that case, in certain situations, you may find positions that may be created for you based on what it is that you can offer.
Okay. Now I
So,
think yeah, and I'm happy that you said that about our girl Cherie Warwick, and she talks about multicultural networks all the
right.
time. Now what I do know is that there is a very significant portion of the population that does not exercise that. They don't practice it because they may not have the steps to. They may be introverted. They may just be unsure about how to initiate that type of practice of going out and creating a multicultural network. So I think that sometimes it's those people that may fall prey to this more so than someone like you or I that has more of a suspicious mind or has the experience to know to
Well,
look
this is
further.
where poignant any education comes in. You
Mm-hmm.
could start with places like Meetup,
Mm-hmm.
meetup.com. Look for groups in your area. Go check them out. You don't have to be this
Yeah.
loud, boisterous person. You can say hello to one or two people. Bring business cards with you. I don't have any of my business cards to kind of show. As a career professional, whether hi, my name is, and in your professional portfolio,
Mm.
of course, this is a career coach talking.
Mm.
You should have a business card, whether you have a business or not. You are a viable part of. You want to be able to put yourself in a better economic position. You always have to be prepared. So if you're going to a networking event, you should have some business cards.
Facts.
10 years of this. Hi, my name is so and so. I'm a IT expert in that, or in cybersecurity, or in network administration, whatever it is that you do as a career. You should
Right.
have a business card. So when you go to these networking events, there you may not have a chance to give them your resume, but you have a business card. And on that business card, what should be on there, folks? The only, or not the only, the most important social media network link should have your profile on there. What profile?
Mm.
What social media you should have? LinkedIn. You should have a LinkedIn profile, and
Okay.
that link needs to be on that business card. That's just networking 101 for those that are not sure. Take those steps. It's a start.
Look, Credit Solutionist over here. Let me tell you what I have.
It's a start.
Because apparently I don't know what I'm doing. Because on my business card, I do have like, financial consultant, blah, 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 blah. But on the back, I have two QR codes. I have one that goes to the YouTube channel and then one that goes to the consultation channel. So I'm definitely gonna change that because I did it for like a last minute networking event that got canceled. We ain't gonna talk about it. But I got them for that event, and then I was like, "Oh, I can't even use them." Okay, it's fine. It's fine. I'll just pass. I'll pass them out. It's cool.
We talk
But
about that
no,
offline. Go ahead.
yeah, I have them. I had, girl, I thought I had them. I was going to show you guys so you could see an example of it. But I love what Farida said here because I think Farida's on to something. She is on the same track that I'm on, where it says, "I wonder if these fake jobs get added into the job numbers," and I believe they do. And I also think because I had to confront something this week and maybe we'll talk about it another day, but whenever your job throws stats at you and they say, "Hey, we need you to improve in dot 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 dot," or "We need to, we're having this issue here, say we're not pulling in enough clients, or maybe we're missing a lot of opportunities and touch points and stuff like that."
Mhm.
Well, my question is this: okay, before you give me that percentage of touch points that I missed, can you tell me whether or not some of those touch points or somebody that clicked on a link or did this or that, can you tell me if that person was a scammer? Can you tell me if that person was Mr. Patel or Mr. Njoku from Nigeria that was a scammer? And I'm not saying that everybody is, but you guys know what I'm getting at. This is Credit Solutionist talking, not MentorShelly. And what I'm saying is that if you're giving me this percentage, have you counted the scammers, the people that called us or clicked our link accidentally? Are you counting all those people before you give me the statistic and tell me to improve? That's what I need to know. But if you haven't, then okay. So on the flip side, what Farida's saying is that, okay, are they saying, "Hey, we posted this job and now, the Bureau of Labor and Statistics is putting that in the available jobs"? Well, if that's the case, they're fluffing up those numbers and those numbers are not accurate, which
unethical
means the American people are being misinformed.
unethical practices will catch up to those organizations. Be,
Correct.
yeah, because it's also going to affect how their EEO1 reporting is reflected.
That's what
It's
she's
going
getting at.
to yeah, it's gonna reflect. And if your funding is tied to that, Houston, you're gonna have a problem because eventually you're gonna have to prove that. Hmm.
And she goes on further. The job numbers report impact the overall macroeconomic climate since we are in a recession. Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. So like if these companies can't get jobs, okay, are they now getting grants because they posted a fake job that they did not they didn't intend to
There
fill it
may
anyway?
be, depending on what type of what type of employees they're looking for.
Mhm.
If they're high skill, low skill, or medium skill,
Okay.
you have some programs that do. I forgot the name of it. Where you have to fill out this piece of the application. Where have you been in? Are you disabled? Are you on Social Security? If
Mhm.
you, are you receiving food stamp benefits? I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head right now.
Okay.
Um, a lot of times when they ask those questions on applications, there's some form of monetary benefit for the company if they are asking those type of questions. So,
Facts.
mhm.
There's just so many layers to it. And I think as
Mhm.
the person that wants the job, we're not digging that deep. But this is why people come to us every week because they want to know how to dig deep. Because guys, this is not a conspiracy theory. So let's go ahead and jump into the rest of the article here. So the majority of the employment managers that were, surveyed for this resume builder article, they say
Mhm.
that fake job postings boosted revenue and productivity. Were we not just talking about that? So
Mhm.
it says, according to hiring managers, posting fake job listings has had the following impacts on their company. Revenue: 68% report a positive impact on revenue.
Mhm.
23% say there was no impact, so that's like a quarter. And then 7% report a negative impact, which that could be the integrity of the company. And 2% are not sure, which means they just didn't care. They were doing the crap and didn't care about it. Now, on the employee morale, because they're playing in the employee's face as well, guys. These are people that already
Of
work in
course.
the company. So
Mhm.
65% of these hiring managers report a positive impact. They tricked these people into productivity. That is so foul. And then 21% claim no impact, 12% report a negative impact, and 3% are not sure. On productivity, these hiring managers say that 77% report a positive impact posting ghost jobs. 14% state there has been no impact. 8% report a negative impact, and 1% are not sure. So clearly, between 1 and 3% of these people in these companies don't give a crap about a damn thing. But on the but on the other side, it looks like this tactic of posting fake ghost jobs is working for the company.
Temporarily.
Girl, I'm shocked by this. So what are your thoughts about that?
It's working temporarily.
Look at
Keyword.
this
You
chart.
always here. I see the chart, but what did I say? It only works when one person knows what's going on. Once it's found out, once
Mhm.
it's publicized, they're not going to have all these benefits.
That's insane. So it says here 8 in 10 companies who posted a fake listing have only one listing that's actually active. Girl,
Okay.
79% currently have active fake job listings. This means 7, almost 8 out of 10 jobs you apply for are fake to begin with, you guys. This right here, I don't know what to make of this, Shelly. I'm annoyed a little bit, but then
Yeah,
like I don't know, because to me this is a slap in the face to a lot of people that sincerely want to work.
it's a slap in the face. Um, but let's honestly let's put this in perspective.
Okay.
One, it all depends on what industry they're pulling these stats from. Number one, but number two, still rocks, and I completely agree
I was
with
gonna
you
say you
here.
guys
And this
agree.
is where I stand on business.
Mm.
That's not gonna last. If your company is so dedicated and want to be rooted in dishonesty, is that a
Mm-hmm.
place you really want to work?
Facts. Facts.
If your integrity has a price tag on it, And this is the type of practice your human resources, because I'm sorry, they're
Mm-hmm.
not on the same caliber with me. If you're practicing this, I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I myself, and in my profession, the way it is supposed to be, operate from a different premise. Uh, Being unethical or purposely
Mm-hmm.
being unethical is going to catch up with you eventually. And when it
Facts.
does, it's not going to end very well. Which is why I suggested before, if you suspect that this looks too good to be true, check in several places.
Okay, I got you. What are
Mm.
some key factors that would make us believe that something is too good to be true? What should we look out for before we do our research? What's a red flag to you?
Um, the I guess my process of elimination may be a little bit different just based on my exposure, but you see the rate of pay is out of sequence with what market value is out there for.
Okay.
The amount of experience versus job title doesn't necessarily match. And sometimes it's not that easy for people to detect. So places like bls.gov will be a very great resource. If you suspect that this position might be a little off, check the job. You just put in the name, go to bls.gov and put in the name of the position.
You said bls.gov?
Hmm. Yeah, Bureau of Labor Statistics. Go ahead and put that in there and see what it is that what are the names that those jobs, because of course you have IT specialists, could be anything. Good lord, there's a smorgasbord of positions that go under that. So
Facts.
look for the one that closely resembles the position that you see, right?
Okay.
And look if there's some similar descriptions and what kind of experience, what type of education, what type of certification it requires. And if it's way off, it's probably it's probably not a good job. Or you have an HR person that's not worth their sauce and they don't know how to post a proper job because the way they put it together is god awful. So
Okay. So
in
you said
either
the sauce
case,
ain't got no flavor. Okay, I
it-
got you, girl. I got
yeah.
you, girl. Now, this is the part about this that shocked me, and then we going to move on. So
Hmm.
it said 7 in 10 of these hiring managers, there was 1,641, y'all. I remember the number.
Yeah.
7 in 10 of those 16, whatever, whatever, believe posting fake jobs is morally acceptable. It says regarding the moral acceptability of posting fake job listings, 43% of hiring managers believe it is definitely acceptable, and 27% think it is probably acceptable. They're on the fence, which means they actually do believe it's acceptable. On the other hand, it says 20% probably don't consider it acceptable, and 10% believe it is definitely not acceptable. Wow.
um
So,
Here's what I'm going to say about that.
okay, go ahead.
This is how acceptable I think it is. It's like discovering that all 1,000 bottles of baby oil in P Diddy's house is laced with drugs to tranquilize you even more, thinking that using that on somebody is acceptable. That's as
Check out the
that's
article here, y'all.
that's how acceptable I think that type of behavior is. Yeah,
It's all
yeah.
about money. It's all about money. So since four
No,
in ten companies, and actually says 7 in 10 think that this is morally acceptable, Shelly, is it safe to say that posting fake jobs is an industry standard and we should just come to
it
expect it?
is definitely not an industry standard. I'm going to
Okay.
almost bet this article was pulled from a specific industry.
Okay.
That's not what should be going across the board.
Okay.
Because right now, yes, we're in a recession, but people, there are employers that are looking for great talent that don't have time to do all of this nonsense.
Okay.
You're posting jobs to see what is out there. No, there. If you really want to find professionals, you can start at LinkedIn.com without even putting an application out and finding people that are more viable. That's a great start. That's why I always encourage people to put your profile on LinkedIn.com. You'd be surprised how many jobs I have been blessed with for in my career over the last 20 years where I got contacted
Mm-hmm.
based on what's on my LinkedIn profile. That's why it's important to have one.
Okay.
All right, we do have some, I think I saw some other comments. Mr.
Oh,
Oh,
we just got one more here for Vince. Okay, so he says job market is horrible in Nashville, which is shocking to me because, from my understanding, Tennessee is growing because a lot of people are migrating there. We know it's popular for the music scene. Y'all got some great whiskey, by the way, also. But I'm shocked to hear that. Actually, I think maybe Tennessee, Nashville could be on an upward swing. You may just be kind of seeing the beginning of it. Now, when you say it's not so great, Vince, if you're still here, what industry do
are
you
you
work
in?
in? Because are you at a point now where you have viable skills, or are you in an industry that may be phasing out? Or also, are you looking to pivot? Because if you're looking to pivot, you're on the right live stream because you're here with a HR professional with over 20 years of experience that is also, doing consultations, doing career coaching, resume writing. She will get you straight. So let's talk about it though, Vince. Are you taking all the necessary steps? Or is it something where you kind of feel like you're doing it on your own right now? Because
Right,
if you are, you probably do need that little extra set of eyes that could optimize everything for you,
do you have a
right?
LinkedIn profile, Vince?
Right. We gotta really, because that's concerning to me because Nashville, I've heard, is booming and it's on an upward swing. So I'm interested to hear why you feel that way. Now, Shelly, while we wait for
Mhm.
Vince to answer, um, I wanted to just throw this at you because I can see it from both sides, which bothers me. Now, you know how normally a company will interview people, there really is a job, and they'll just collect those resumes for a future date. Is it now that, companies are posting fake jobs, kind of doing the same thing, but maybe not really having to waste time wondering whether or not they're truly going to hire these candidates? Like, I feel like they're just trying to collect resumes to have in a pile to refer to later. Like, what do you think about that? I don't even know if I asked that question correctly, but I feel like they're just trying to collect data.
No. Um,
Okay, what
for
what what
companies,
is this?
for companies, key word, if they
Yeah.
don't operate from an integral place, a lot it leaves room for a lot of this kind of nonsense. Because I just see this as nonsense and waste of time.
Okay.
Me,
I got you.
the human resources professional,
Right, right, right. I feel you.
has only 8 hours in a day to work in
Mm-hmm.
my field every day. I would never want to have to be involved in a lot of this nonsense. Now, there are companies, unfortunately, that will subject their HR professionals to do this nonsense because there's money attached to it. I prefer, I personally think it's unethical. Why am I wasting time? Oh yeah, there's some grant dollars attached to this. But why are we not really looking for a way to fill this position? We do have the need. We're losing money because we don't have a parts person. We're losing money here because we don't have a mechanic in place. We're maybe losing money here because we don't have an operator in this role, and we're having to pay in overtime to fill that gap. So if you're not in any position to really hire, why are we wasting time putting out fake profiles unless there's some dollars and cents attached to it in some form of grant or some kind of program for these companies?
And
Other
this
than
is totally why you and I have to do this and come on, because
like,
we have
because
to
it makes,
introduce these thought patterns to people.
well, not even to say that. It's just, like you have time. Because I printed it on paper. So let me go ahead on. You have
Oh, what you
time.
doing? Hold on. Look, what sound effects I got to get ready for you? You looking real
Yeah,
spicy over there, madam.
because
Oh, we
You
know
know,
what Shelly about to do. Hold on, she about to do this.
you know, you have time to interview people based on research? Are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
You have time to spend,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Spending time scheduling people. Half the time, half of those people don't show up for those interviews.
Mm-mm.
All for research?
Right.
Miss me with the foolishness.
I
Any
feel
company,
you.
I just, it doesn't, because I pride myself in operating from an integral place.
Mm-hmm.
And thankfully, hopefully, any other company that I work with now and in the future operates from that premise.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not signing up to do any of this nonsense
Okay.
because all this is fluff work. This is not real HR work. Let's be clear.
I got you.
This isn't real HR work. And the fact that there are HR departments dedicated to doing this kind of stuff
Mm-hmm.
is egregious to me. So
So let's talk about this. Can posting fake jobs make that are posted to they intend to make like employees believe their workload will be alleviated? Is that, I know it's not ethical. I'm not even going to ask you that. But posting fake jobs to make internal people believe their workload's going to be alleviated because the company knows they're stressed out, how can that backfire? Like, will it affect quality
very
of work?
quickly and
Like,
very
how do you
easily.
see it? How do you see it? Like, what's it
I'm
going to do?
sorry. Very quickly and very easily because if you tell me, okay,
Okay.
I need another person to help me with XYZ orders so I don't have to be here 8 o'clock at night 3 times a week.
Okay.
And I'm sure you're sick of paying the overtime because I'm certainly not going to do it for free.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying and I'm communicating with my leader. Listen, I can't deal with this for too much longer. Other parts of my life is suffering because of this, and
Mm-hmm.
people start giving you that warning and that
Mm-hmm.
and you keep pushing. You're gonna have to fill 2 positions eventually
Girl.
because that person, if they're handling twice the amount of workload, and they can start, and if they can find opportunities making the same or even a little bit more money
Mm-hmm.
for less work,
Yeah.
they throwing up deuces and they gone.
Yeah,
So
because I feel like people are willing to like play games with people that they're like dating and stuff. But like with your job, you don't want to play games. You be like, look, you want me or you don't. And if you don't, I'm out. Because I ain't got to be here. I'm good. You
I mean,
know?
yes, people have bills to pay, but don't take them for granted either. You know what I mean? Like, what kind of
Girl.
morale do you think it's going to remain if they're essentially jerking the employee's chain at this point. They're jerking the chain. Oh, we're gonna hire some more help. 3 months, 3 months later, they still ain't got no help. So I've been talking to you
Girl.
about this for the last 90 days and I have seen no change. My 2 weeks notice is coming in the email. What they gonna do
Girl.
then? Exactly.
These freaking employers. So, reputation. How do you think that it can affect the employer's reputation? Because if people are not doing the research that you're telling them to do, how will this even affect the reputation? Because a lot of people didn't even know 7 in 10 postings are fake. They didn't even know that until we said it. So, is it even damaging the reputation? Because nobody
Zip
knows it's happening.
Recruiter has some interesting information. If companies aren't going on there to scrub it, people talk. People talk on LinkedIn too. A lot of them don't talk because they don't want to lose their job or put themselves in a crazy position. But people
Yeah,
talk online. Reddit is a great place to find some of that information.
I love it.
Yes.
I love it. I love it.
People
Okay,
talk. People talk.
I
So
got you.
keep thinking they're gonna jerk people around and people not gonna know what your reputation really is.
Mm-hmm.
If you inbox the right person on LinkedIn that's currently working there, you might get some interesting information too. Hmm,
Okay, I
that's
got you.
another. All right.
I feel you. I feel you. So, okay. So, listen, we've been talking about this, right? And we talked about like the internal impact, because I just think it's wrong to ghostlight your employees like that and just be
That's
like, y'all,
gaslighting for real.
yeah, it's gaslighting. Like it's basically saying you guys aren't doing enough. You're not really, you're not adequate. So we're gonna get more people in here. But then on like on the employee side, they're like, oh my god, okay, great, we're getting some relief. So now my burnout, maybe that will be alleviated. So they really are playing in everybody's face. Do you think that this could be a ploy or pressure from stakeholders?
It could be, but
Okay.
they're playing a dangerous game unless they want to jump into the seats that they're playing with people. Uh,
Yeah.
there's some employers that see people as peons and numbers and not see them as people, and the less they value their employees, the lowest denomination quality of employees they'll keep, because the good ones aren't going to stick around.
Why do you think that the Department of Labor has not put the kibosh on this? This is public knowledge now.
Because how easy is it to prove?
I mean, I guess if you look at the articles, that kind of
No.
no, let me finish. Hold on. Our articles are hearsay. So I understand that is not evidence. But is there a way, because you're kind of on the other side, is there a way, if we were to look through paperwork, let me say this carefully, I feel like there's enough of a paper trail that we could see that this was some BS. We knew that
You're
this
not
job
on the
was,
inside. If you're not on the inside, if you don't have an inside track of
yeah.
what the company needs, what are the positions, what their
Mm-hmm.
hierarchy, what it is, what positions are tied to monetary increases,
Mm-hmm.
like what positions are tied to the company either making money or saving money, what positions are tied to keeping the company out of liability waters. That's usually where HR comes in.
Okay.
Um,
Got you. I got you.
yeah, so we're usually indirect.
Okay.
Um, where does and all that comes out in EEO and reporting yearly. So
Okay.
there's ways to find it, but you're going to have an inside track of each of these employers. And what they put out there is what they want everybody to see. But if they're a privately ran company, how can you? What's going to be how are you going to prove it systematically is the real question. That's
Okay.
why there's probably a higher percentage of it, because how can you prove that they are doing it or not doing it?
Well, this is the part that floors me, is that they so willingly were like, yeah, we do it. And what? 7 in 10 of these people were like, yeah, we do it. Put it in your article, resume builder. Yeah. So I'm like, woo, y'all
What
bold with it.
you do want to make sure you notice there's no employer names in that article.
Girl, for all we know, Resume Builder made this up, y'all. We don't know. But that's the thing about the internet. You have to we come on to give you the information, and then you have to compare and contrast against your personal experiences. Don't go by what the guy, your best friend's cousin's baby daddy, don't go by that. Just go by the things you've seen. So we're going to move into the next point here, guys, but I want to also just put this out there, because I was with an organization that handled hiring this way. They did tell us, they were very transparent. Hey, we are going to, put this job opportunity out internally first. We are
Right,
a company and a business
right,
that promises and vows to hire from within first and foremost. And to my knowledge, they have kept that damn promise. Okay.
okay.
I'm going to
Ooh,
say that. I'm going to give them their props and their flowers. Where's Still
right.
Rocks? I got to put the little flower emoji. I'm going to give them their flowers on this, because it's
Yeah.
very rare that companies do that. But this company, I've
Hmm.
only seen them hire and promote from within. Ooh, I wish I could say their name, because I would give them their flowers on that.
Mm-mm.
And what happens though in those jobs, because they're so loyal to hiring from within, they
Hmm.
will post the job knowing they're going to hire one of us, but they have to post it publicly just because they have to. Like whatever their
Oh yeah.
like whatever their rules are, they have to do it. So that technically is a ghost job. But so
Mm,
no, it is because they don't intend on hiring an outsider ever. They already have their internal candidate in the chamber. They already got them.
well, that's not a ghost job because they're actually filling a position now. Who they put in that position makes all the difference in the world. The definition of
Okay.
ghost jobs is that they're not filling that position at all.
Okay, so you're getting
Versus,
you're getting down to the nitty gritty. But
right.
okay, here's my question for you though, Shelly. If you are not in the organization and I am, it is a ghost job to you because that job does not exist for you. So I get what you're saying. You're saying in general, from top to bottom, it doesn't exist. But what I'm saying is that now there's a nuance to it because to you or Still Rocks or Dark and Lovely, it looks real.
Mm.
Only I and the company know that it's a ghost job to you, but it's real to us because we're on the other side.
I get what you're saying, and
Girl.
the thing of it is, like, there's a lot more companies. I'm gonna be but fully transparent here. There's a lot more
Yeah.
companies that do that,
Mm-hmm.
but a lot of them will not post it externally. They'll post it
Okay.
internally first,
Right.
and if they don't get any candidates, then they post it on the outside, which I think is a better practice versus putting it
Okay.
in both places where they have no intentions of hiring externally. Now, if they don't have qualified internal candidates, then they post it outside. So,
Girl.
at the end of the day, um, the whole premise of ghost jobs, if it's not in those circumstances,
Mm-hmm.
unethical practice, should not ever do it. Hopefully, wherever I
Okay.
work, in the future and currently, I will never have to post a fake job.
I was about to say something out loud because I was about to declare something.
And
Girl,
what is
you ain't gonna have no other job after this.
that?
And you know what I mean when I say that. I'm declaring that for both of us.
Yael,
Girl, please. Girl,
yael,
please. Girl, please. Okay. Like, let me be
yael.
careful. Let me be careful, but you know what I'm saying.
Yes. I,
Okay,
I
so
picked up what you was putting down, sis. Don't worry. I got you. Yeah.
okay, so Farida, who is now a master's degree holder, congratulations, lady.
Yes, give her
Okay,
some claps.
yes. Okay, so she says, I think also these fake jobs come from startup companies who are getting VC banking, yes, venture capital banking, of course, and angel investors to show growth and scale. And we mentioned that because I said I think it's stakeholders, shareholders, it's all of that as well because companies do have a
Mhm,
lot that just a lot of responsibility when it comes to things like that. So
mhm,
the article really didn't touch on that, and again, they put these pieces out like this because they want you to just read. They don't think that a lot of us are going to ask more questions, and that's kind of why we wanted to share it with you guys today. So let's go into something else though. Did you have any other thoughts about this before we move to the next topic, show?
It's unethical. Companies
Okay.
don't do this. Don't waste my time as an HR professional or
Okay.
anybody else's time that has to apply for these things.
For sure. And
That's
Still
my
Rocks.
that's my official take on it.
Yeah, and I was gonna say Still Rocks gets the award tonight for getting the closest to the percentage of fake ghost jobs like out there.
That's right.
And as far as Credit Solutionist goes, the verdict is I am torn, and I have to be honest with you guys. I hate that they post fake jobs, but because I've been on both sides, where I have literally worked with the company where the HR person pulled me in and said, "Hey," because I had to interview people, and she was like, "Look, we have to post the job, but we know we're going to give it to so and so. It's done, but we still have to post it. And if people want to come in and interview, we still have to honor those interviews." So I said, okay, cool. And they're like, okay, also, we're going to keep these resumes on file because if so and so doesn't work out or if another opportunity becomes available, we
Mm,
have these people in the chamber. So I see it from both ends because I've experienced both ends. I don't think it's cool though to do what you're talking about where it's 100% ghost job, it's a fallacy, doesn't exist.
mm-mm.
That I
No.
have a problem with. But for optics, I get it. Where we're still going to fill the position. We're just not going to fill it with the general public. So Credit Solutionist is torn, y'all. I'm gonna pray about it tonight and see what Jesus tells me. So okay, let's go to.
Okay.
So next topic, okay. Um, we know there's ghost jobs, right? Now, in some of these, like when people apply for jobs, I've experienced where somebody will literally just be throwing their resume at me and they have no experience, no qualifications for the job that's posted, but they'll apply anyway. So I wanted to talk to you as an HR professional about applying when underqualified and what your thoughts are about this. So I found an interesting article. I think I got it pulled up here. And there are, on this article, it talks about 4 reasons that we should apply for a job that we're unqualified for and 4 reasons that we shouldn't. So I'm going to go through the 4 for why you should apply, and I want to get your input, and then I want to talk about the 4 reasons that you shouldn't. You good with that, show?
Sure.
Okay, cool. And in the chat, if you guys are still here, I want to know if any of you have applied for a job that you were underqualified for, because Credit Solutionist definitely damn has, okay? Shell, I don't know if you want to tell on yourself. Okay, look.
I have to.
Look, we over here talking about they posting fake jobs and we mad. We over here posting fake skills and we got something to say. Let me come on. I've posted my fake skills a lot in my big age. Okay. I done put some fluff on my resume like nobody's business. And I, for one, I support it. Okay, moving on. Okay, so 4 reasons you should apply for a job that you're underqualified for. So it says that number 1, soft skills. So if you guys have soft skills, it says that those are important to employers, right? So if you have soft skills, that's not necessarily something that you can blatantly say on your resume, but there are ways to do it. And Shell can probably tell you guys how to do it. So it says amid skill gaps, industry shifts, and other recruitment challenges, many employers now care more about soft skills, including teamwork and leadership, more than hard skills. This is because specific qualifications, such as software training, can become obsolete as industries and workplaces change. On the other hand, being able to communicate and work with others will always be essential to any business. I wholeheartedly believe that. How about you, Sho?
Absolutely.
Okay. So number 2, it says you should apply for a job you're unqualified for because you have applicable experience. Now, applicable qualifications are more important in the current job market than ever. When you see a job you feel you can perform well at, consider your strengths, skills, and relevant experience. So here's an example. If the position is for a department that you partially covered at a previous job, add that to your cover letter and apply. Now, I love this because I think that you mentioned it last week where you said that if you have certain skills on your resume or you have certain skills in general, you should create a resume specifically for that skill or in that industry.
Correct.
Right? So I think that's great.
Right.
What are your thoughts on that little blurb that I just read here?
Yeah, well, they didn't specifically say it like that, but yes. Let's say, for example, if you have experience in as an office manager, right, versus insurance claims. There's going to be transferable skills in both, but you need to have 2 resumes that highlight the skills. It may be the same skills, but how you communicate those skills are going to be different on both of those resumes. Because you guys are applying with applicant tracking systems a lot of the times, and applicant tracking systems is going to track what's on that resume, what's specifically tied to that title, and you want to have the highest score possible. Because if you don't score high enough, that application or that resume doesn't even get to a recruiter. You get stuck in applicant tracking systems jail. That means nobody sees your resume. That means what was the point of applying? Because they can't see it anyway.
I was just going to ask you that. I'm like, wait a minute. Hold on now. Okay. So I love what you said there because I mean, honestly speaking, okay. Credit Solutionist is going to tell you guys something. Okay. So there was no skill that I thought that I had to become a business owner, or like to have the nerve to be like, oh, I'm gonna go apply and get a LLC. There was literally nothing. I mean, yes, I was a manager. I managed people. Yes, so maybe that was it. But I think the only qualification that I had was that I'm hard headed and I don't like other people telling me what to do. That was it. I don't know how to put that on a resume, but what I'm saying is that I didn't go to somebody and say, "Yo, can I do this?" I literally was like, "Okay, maybe I'm underqualified, maybe I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm going to do it anyway." What's that one meme? The guy says, "We're going to do it anyway." Hey, that right? I'm not going to hit the high note like he does, but it's like I love that. That's been playing in my mind all week cuz I'm like, "No, somebody tells you no and you go, I'm gonna do it anyway. Hey, and you just get louder with it, because you got to get that nerve. And I think that that's what this article touches on, because you got to make yourself visible. Nobody told me I could do it. I just said, what the hell? I'm gonna do it. What are your thoughts on that, show?
You got the audacity, might as well use it.
We're gonna do it anyway.
And there's
Hey,
ways to communicate that on a resume too. And you can. You're saying that you have the leadership skills to
facts.
decide what you want to do, and you did it. You didn't wait for somebody to give you permission to do it.
Yes, and
It
here's the part
takes
that I love.
initiative. You have initiative, so you took it.
Yes, and I have a favorite word this year, and I'm gonna get it on a T-shirt, and you guys will see it in quarter four, okay? Because I can't trademark this thing, but y'all, I got a favorite word, and I'm taking it into 2025 with me.
I'm bracing
Um,
myself. What's the word?
Girl, it's audacity. Audacity. That's it. I wish
Oh, that's
my middle name should be Audacity. Like I was literally looking, just going through my life. I have this like little seed of audacity that's been in me forever. And I only know it because my mom now, she's like, she's getting a little older. And she keeps sending me all these baby pictures. And in all my baby pictures, like my toddler pictures, I'm walking away. Or I'm doing something where I'm like, yo, get out of my face. I'm going to go over here. I see dirt and rocks. I'm going to go play in that. Or like, I used to always get lost. 80s babies and kids, like, that little leash they used to put on you? I was one of those kids. I always had the
okay.
little rainbow band around my wrist and I was tethered to my mom. But I was always one of those kids that went shroomp and took the Velcro off and walked the hell off. Because what you doing? I saw my mom put it on. I know how to take it off now. I paid attention. I might be 4 years old, but I'm paying attention. I'm not stupid. Woman, I know I didn't wake up next to you with this on. You put it, I saw you. I'm taking it off. And I knew, I'll tell you this and I'll be done. We used to go to this swap meet every weekend. I used to get a snow cone and then I would take the little Velcro strip off my wrist and I'd go walk along this brick wall. I remember it so vividly. I have always been walking away from stuff, y'all. I have always been like, I'm going to do it anyway. I have audacity. Yeah, I'm a wanderer. I walk the hell off. Okay, I still do it now. Anyway, let's go back to the article. I'm sorry. Y'all be like, why is she telling us this? Y'all,
Because
there's a point to this. There's a point.
because you're communicating with us the way you know how, that you take initiative and you're not afraid to take a chance on yourself. That's why you're a business owner, right?
That's my slogan. We're gonna do it
There you go.
anyway.
All right.
Audacity. We're gonna do it anyway. Y'all better if you steal that,
Would you, girl? Did you
I
read this
will I
article?
will
Come
ghost
on.
job I will ghost job y'all's pants off. Okay. No diddy. Okay, hold on. So, okay. This and the reason there was a reason I was bringing that up. When I said the thing about me becoming a business owner or just having the nerve and audacity.
You have to be able to communicate that efficiently if it's for an employer. So you have to
Yeah.
be able to say that or be able to communicate that in an interview.
So, I love it because here's number 3. This one spoke to my heart. You may be more qualified than you think.
Okay.
I love this.
Okay.
It speaks to my heart. So,
Mhm.
imposter syndrome is a condition that causes professionals to believe they aren't deserving of their positions or careers. This is an entirely natural feeling amid the current job market, though you shouldn't let it hold you back. Applying for jobs you don't immediately feel qualified for can help you work around your bias. Emphasis on your bias. This is a you thing, you guys, as you may be perfectly qualified in ways you haven't even considered. There's no harm in getting your name out there, and you'll never know which jobs will consider you perfect unless you apply.
All right.
What are your thoughts about that, HR professional?
Take a chance. You never know what can happen.
Mm-hmm. I
This is
feel
what
that.
this article pretty much says. You might be underqualified. It might say you need 25 years of experience, but if you interview well, they like you, or you were recommended by somebody they trust, you're getting a job.
Absolutely. And then it says you can meet another need. So I think that kind of goes into what number three was really. It's just a continuation. So it
Mm-hmm.
says many workplaces are still shifting their hybrid setups.
All
And then
right.
it says 7.4% of companies have required remote employees to return to the workplace, but 36.2% expressed that they were facing difficulty with retaining employees. So this is kind of I feel like work from home people do kind of feel a certain need, but I know there's like the jury's out on that. But it says
Mm-hmm.
as organizations find their footing again, and I assume they're talking about after the pandemic.
Right.
As organizations find their footing again, many are seeking candidates who meet their specific hybrid needs. So here's an example. Fully remote positions may shift back to hybrid or in person schedules, which can create difficulties for all parties involved. Mentioning in your application that you can easily commute and meet their hybrid schedule may be more important to some employers than their listed requirements. I think that's so important because that's something that people may not even look at. They may be able to, um, commute back and forth where most of the candidates that apply won't be able to.
Mm-hmm.
That to me is so strong. I'd be willing to hire you and train you,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Because it's what they value. What skills do they value? Do they value your soft skills more than your, that specific skill that's tailored to that particular job, or maybe
Mhm.
their particular systems? But it's kind of like hiring for a leadership role, right?
Mhm.
Whether they were managing 13 people or 30, you have the leadership there. You have 5, 6 years of manager or supervisory experience. If it's in both, then whoever you're leading, then of course there's going to be specific systems based on the company you're working for, or specific processes that you have to follow. But the leadership skills that are absolutely needed are already there.
Mhm.
So they're willing to train on the rest based on their that specific employer and their requirements. They're willing to overlook the other stuff because the most important for them is there. So it just depends.
Okay.
Hmm.
I got you. So let's jump into four reasons you shouldn't apply for a job you're underqualified for. I want to get your input on these. So let's say number one, it says you hope to apply again when you are qualified. While most companies shrug off underqualified candidates, some employers may see these applications as unprofessional and disrespectful. Oh, they getting mad. We playing in their face when they post them ghost jobs. Continuing. Because of this, you should be careful not to misrepresent your abilities or apply to a position you're underqualified for at a company you definitely hope to have a future with. So here's an example because I get what they're saying as I read it more. So let's say you're studying for a master's degree so you can work at a specific organization. Hey, Farida girl with your master's. Okay,
Hmm.
you should avoid applying to any positions you aren't explicitly qualified for at that organization, especially if it's a tight knit business in which your name will be recognized for years to come. Otherwise, you may come off as someone who doesn't understand the industry. So, what do you think about that? Will you be perceived as incompetent?
To some degree.
Okay, okay,
Um,
or
there,
tenacious?
ooh,
Go getter. I was called a go-getter once because I did something like that. They were like, wow, you're a go-getter. Okay.
Which is not a bad thing if you have the right mix of skills. But
Mm-hmm.
I'll say this to you: there's go-getters, and then there's village idiots. Um,
Girl.
I'm sorry. I'm about to explain why I said that. Um,
I'm going
there.
to give you the screen. I got to step away for a second, okay?
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
There's
Keep
an
going.
employee. There's an employee that applied for a specific position, and they claimed that, oh, by the way, I did. They've been with the organization for 6 or 7 years. But then they put on their resume, oh, I was a supervisor for or I was a lead for the last year or two in the same company. Mind you, we know this person was never in that position. They didn't have a leadership position there, but they had that misrepresenting themselves on their resume. Like, had you lied about a position that was not in the same company, you might have gotten away with it. Keyword. That's a strong might. But if you've been there for 6, 7 years and you claim 2 of the years you were functioning as a lead, and there's no pay and there's no record of you functioning as a lead, why are you lying to me? Why? Why are you lying? Why are you lying to HR? HR knows exactly what positions you hold. So that's what I said. Sometimes, yeah, it takes gumption because you may have some of the skills, but then you have some people that will flat out lie to you and then don't realize we can verify this. So there are some people that when you look at the resume, you know that there's a village missing their idiot. So let me go ahead.
Hold on.
Oh Lord, come on back,
Wait.
Gonna
come
do
on
it
back.
anyway. We're gonna do it anyway. We're gonna do it anyway.
You just have to find something.
I'm
Lord,
sorry.
there's a couple of new comments.
Ah, they gonna kill me. They gonna kill
I can't.
me. Yo, we just got demonetized, yo.
Oh Lord, Jesus. All right.
But that, I swear, girl, that song has been playing in the back of my head all this week. I'm like, I'm gonna do it anyway. I don't care anymore. I don't, because at the end of the day, who's gonna stop me?
Nobody.
I'm gonna have that conversation in a second. Let me get through these two comments and I'm gonna tell you guys what Credit Solutionist is on right now. Okay. Hi, I have a job already. Amy Yoshikawa. Girl, look, we all got jobs. We talking about how to get about these jobs we got. You know what I'm saying,
Nope. Okay. Well, congratulations. You have a job already. All
girl? Okay,
right.
look, let me go ahead and give her. She came for her flowers.
And Blind Betty says,
We gonna give her flowers though. Wait a minute, we gotta respect that
"Oh
because
my
some
bad."
people don't want to work. All right, went for Centrea fourth. Did I skip anybody or is this the one?
No, Blind Betty had a comment above there. She said, "Yes, and thank y'all both for the information."
Blind Batty, did you come to see us last week, Blind Batty? I feel like your name's familiar. But thank you for stopping by, and you're always welcome.
Always.
We're gonna be trying to do every Friday, y'all. Look, Shelly,
Ooh.
look, did I speak out of turn? Look, girl, I'm over here dictating your schedule. Look, girl, what you got? Look. I'll be
Oh,
calling in
shit.
my Fridays, okay? I'll be
Mhm.
like, Shell, you coming on, girl. Okay, so went through 4 hours of interviews in one place, 2 hours in another, did tests, asked how I did. Others had to call them out of interview since they enjoyed our time, ghosted. So wait, did they ghost you or did you ghost them?
They ghosted her, it sounds like.
Okay, so there's definitely, like I said, it's an epidemic. I do believe it's not just because employers are butt heads. I also just think that we're witnessing the shift in the generations because I'm sorry, like baby boomers and stuff, they're getting out of the workforce. They're segueing out. And we're getting the younger folks, the millennials, older millennials, whatever, what else? Gen X, Shelly, that's coming in and they're
We
adopting some of the stuff that we even do in dating. They're translating it and moving it into the job space. Because ghosting is a dating thing, and now it's becoming prevalent with
Well, that
employers.
term is being used more in a professional setting, but it
Yeah.
started off in a more casual setting.
We're
Yeah.
gonna do it anyway.
Wait
Shelly, you need to be singing. I ain't gonna put you on blast, but you got me up here cracking with my little whack, crackly voice, you know? You know what I'm saying? You can serenade these people to sleep, okay?
We're gonna do it anyway.
Excuse me, do I hear a melody? Do I hear
Oh gosh. Oh,
okay?
oh no, 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 no,
We're
no,
gonna do
no,
it anyway.
no. Oh
Okay.
my
No, but
bad.
I'm so serious. I don't know why that clip's been stuck in my head, but I'm like, you know what? Honestly, you guys, you got to have that attitude. Just have the attitude of we're
Yeah.
going to do it anyway, because why not? Who's going to check you?
Yeah.
You know, and if they do, come through. Me and Shelly got you. Ain't nobody going to check you. You know what I'm saying? We'll look them in their face and be like,
We
really,
gonna fight.
fool? Who
We
you
gonna fight.
checking? You ain't checking nobody. Love the Friday shows. Yes. Okay. So you got to say it again, Denise Joe, so Shelly could hear you, because you know y'all gonna see me. I'll be all up in y'all's faces, y'all. And I'm staying on my outline. Y'all be so proud of me tonight. I'm sticking to my outline. Okay. But thank you, girl. Yes, we hope to keep doing many more. Okay. So Ma Allen. And I don't know if it's M-A or Ma, but hey, welcome to the channel. I don't think I've seen your name before. Ooh, why you cussing though? Let me take that off. You can't be cussing. I thought YouTube blocked y'all that be cussing. Okay, so ghost jobs, just dialing in the FO. So I can't tell if you a troll or not, so I'm putting you in timeout. Okay, you have been put in timeout because who gonna check me? Okay, wait, now he's saying something good. Hey, baby girls, MA. Baby, you got put in timeout because you was cussing. I don't know, Shelly. What we doing with this one?
We have to remain professional.
We sure do. Look, my Allen.
We're discussing topics that are going to help people increase their personal economy in the professional environment.
We're gonna do it anyway.
Apparently, they want to have that spirit and say things anyway that can get them fired at a job. But I digress.
My Allen came in with the audacity. They said we gonna do it anyway.
Let's just continue, shall we?
Okay. You know I'll be getting sidetracked. I'll be like, "Were you cussing? What we talking about? Hold on.
Come on back.
What cuss word we using, baby? Let's talk about it." Okay.
No.
So number 2, you have no other applicable qualifications. So we are talking about why you should not apply for a job that you're underqualified for. So it says 62.6% of surveyed companies from the 2023 State of Online Recruiting Report said they received too many underqualified applications, making it the most significant challenge employers face on job boards.
Right.
Because of this, it's important to assume that you aren't the only underqualified candidate to apply. When applying to a job you're underqualified for, you should highlight the skills, training, and experience that would otherwise make you a good fit. If you can't find anything applicable on your resume, it may be better to divert your time and attention to other open positions. Now, what do you think about this? If I want to be a sales manager, and I don't have the experience, but say I have like 5 or 6 years as a retail sales associate, I feel like I should apply, because sometimes you got to get a promotion by leaving.
How you highlight those skills makes a huge difference. And you're going to also show not only that you have sales skills, but you also have some leadership. So if you don't have leadership in your work experience, you may have leadership in your volunteer experience.
Okay.
Let's say you volunteer to be the leader of the men's group at church. Or you function as a homeowners association superintendent. It's not only your direct job skills, but you have to use the experience that you have from other places on your resume, because if you have leadership skills and you're looking for a leadership position, you need to be able to highlight that on your resume somehow.
Okay. So
consider that as well.
Now, if I were to book you for a consultation, because you're like the master at resume writing, all that good stuff. If I were to say, hey, Shell, I don't necessarily have the professional skills as a manager. However, I am on a board in my community. I do volunteer,
Mhm.
and I'm, the lead bop for such and such organization. We
Right.
go out every Saturday. We feed the homeless. This, we've gotten
Mhm.
grants, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not employment related, but it is still a it's leadership. And to me it's even more important because I'm in a leadership position that does not pay me, that I am not seeing a monetary kickback from. I feel like that makes it even stronger. So will
Yes,
you teach somebody to market that type of skill?
absolutely. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's just exactly what I just said. Like
Yeah.
you don't. It doesn't necessarily have to be experience in a job, but it's
Okay.
experience nonetheless.
Right,
That you
right.
can use the information to communicate your value to the employer.
Okay, I got you.
Mhm.
And then the number three reason here, it says the employer is explicit about certain requirements. Okay, so what they're getting at here is if they say they want a specific thing, you don't have those specific things,
Don't even
and you
waste
do
time.
it anyway. Hey, so most job boards allow employers to designate specific qualifications as
Right.
required or preferred. That said, many required skills are still sometimes negotiable, especially if no candidates meet all of the company's needs. Okay, we were just talking about that. And it says some employers may explicitly state that their job requirements will not budge, whereas others leave their criteria open ended. You
Right.
must use your best judgment and industry knowledge to determine which requirements you can and cannot work around.
Right.
Shelly, do you help folks with that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
If if you have 2 years versus 4, you might be able to say, well, you market the heck out of those 2 years of experience and also use other transferable skills from other fields, from other industries to be able to communicate your value even more.
Okay.
What you guys have to always look at when you're marketing yourselves in the professional space, use all of your experience, volunteer experience, your regular job experience,
Mm-hmm.
stuff that you did in school that can be relevant to the job. You may not have had the chance to do it at work, but you did a project where you wrote XYZ processes and blah, 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 blah. And they're looking for a project management person. So it depends. You gotta use what you have to get what you want. Now, there's a popular movie that has that line in it. It's in an interestingly nefarious field. Um, so,
Girl, why this one?
um,
Girl, my tripping. Ma, I'm gonna let you live tonight because I can't tell if you a enemy. I can't tell if you a defector or not. You a Decepticon? What you doing?
somebody wants attention. Let's continue.
You got
Um, a-
I'm a. All right, he's
abundance.
okay. I'm gonna let him live tonight because I think I'm gonna let him cook. Um, I can't tell. I can't tell if he's on his what's his name? What Megatron? I can't tell if he's doing the Megatron. You got
Um,
Optimus Prime and what's the other one? Honeybee, whatever his name is. That's us.
Bumblebee.
Bumblebee. Okay, you got Optimus Prime and Bumblebee up here, baby. Are you
Okay.
Megatron?
All right.
You Megatron Boo? I can't tell because you speaking in caps. You yelling at us right now.
Okay. Abundance Plus says,
Like I said, I'm gonna let him cook because I gotta read all the comments. But if I see some
yeah.
cussing, ma.
Hmm.
Okay, so companies post jobs. You apply, they cancel the job, repost it again. Watch exactly. It's all. This is business, and that's why I feel so conflicted about this topic, and that's why I had Mentor Shelly come on because I get it from both sides. I've seen it happen on both sides. So yes, I could say, okay, if people turn down an MBA, yes. But on another angle, I will say this. I have a friend, she has a master's. She was struggling to get a job because of the fact that if I know I'm hiring for somebody that I'm only willing to pay like $50,000 to per year, if I see you have an MBA, as a business owner, I have to think, okay, you are going to consistently be looking for other work. You're going to come in and work for me, sure, but I have to spend money and resources hiring you, training you, doing all that. You're an MBA. At some point, you're going to get sick of making $50,000 a year. You're going to get pissed and you're going to leave.
The assumption, unfortunately, is that as for a specific rate, employers make the assumption that people are going to jump ship after a short period of time.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of times a lot of employers will say things like you're overqualified, or having a blanket MBA specified in this particular sector of business is not always a good or bad thing. It's how that particular HR or hiring manager perceives it.
Okay. Yeah, because I remember going into I went into a property management job, right, in like 2009. Mm-hmm. And when I did it, the girl that was training me, we were at the same level, but she was an MBA. And I remember looking at her thinking, I got this job because I'm a chatterbox, and the person that interviewed me liked me a lot, just personality wise. And she was like, "Okay, you seem like you could do it." I applied for assistant. She hired me as a manager. So she was just like, "No, I think you have manager's like energy. So I'm going to put you in that position." So I met this girl. She was an MBA, and I was like, in my head, I was like, "Why are you doing this job? You're making $18 an hour. What are you doing?"
You don't know people's circumstances, and you don't know why people do things that they do. So
facts.
What
and
else?
As I got older, yeah, because I'm not going to say how old I was in 2009, but I will say that I was not old enough to get what you just said.
Well, that and it all depends on what you're going through at the time.
Right.
You may be doing it to gain some experience from a basic level, so you can use that a year or two from now to be able to use it to elevate. It all depends on where you are professionally and where do you see yourself going within the next 2 to 3 to 5 to 10 years down the line.
Yes,
so that could have been
her flowers.
Listen, and some people
she's a director now in Cape Cod. Okay, no, she did her thing. Okay,
exactly.
I'm not gonna hold her. She did
so
her thing.
That's why I was saying it may have been the groundwork or the basics for where she is now.
Well, nah, she was a little too far up in my face. I was like, girl, I'm doing this for the free rent, baby. Get up off me.
That's another story for another day. We talked about coworkers not being your friends. Did we not talk about that a couple weeks ago?
Oh my God. Okay, I'm going to say this and I'll be done. But she used to tell me, she was like, and she called me by my first name, right? She's like, every time I say something, you just look at me like a deer in the headlights. And I was like, well, yeah, because I've already been in the industry like 6 effing years. And like, I don't understand what you're saying to me because I've been operating in this whole other atmosphere and you're like hitting me with all this weirdness. Shut up is really what I'm thinking in my head. But, but you said deer in the headlights, girl. I'm saying too much. Okay. So Ma Allen says, I want to know your lady experience with companies. I work for a global company and the politics are dog shit. Okay. Ma, you got to stop cussing. We trying to stay monetized over here. Lord have mercy. Okay. I'm an MBA with a life age experience. What is your MBA in? If you're still here, I want to know. Type it in. I want to see like what's your industry. I'd be curious to know. I went back to school after the 2009 collapse. I was forced. I see. I get what you're saying. My life experience was ignored by the current company because people that have not fear what they do not know. Okay, I hear you on that.
Mm-hmm.
I do. No, I do. I've experienced that quite a bit. So I get what you're saying because I tell Shelly this all the time. A lot of people get annoyed with me because of certain freedoms that I have, and I didn't realize that, and that's not a professional thing. That's more of a personal thing. I have had people literally shun me because I said, "Oh, I got up and I moved a couple states around. I kind of do what I want to do." People get pissed at that. So I can imagine on a professional level what people do when you have more skills than they do. I can imagine.
Well, having an issue with what you do, that's a them problem anyway.
Yeah. And so you say I was double F'd is discrimination. I mean, you know what? I have a perspective on that. I do think that it does appear it is discrimination. Okay, sometimes it is discrimination. I'm not going to front on that. However, I learned a big lesson this year when they say, oh, rejection is God's protection. It really is, because the thing is, you don't want to be in a place professionally, personally, whatever the hell it is, that doesn't want you. If it doesn't want you, it's going to do its best to chew you up and spit you out. And that's it. And you don't want to be in that position. So it's like, look, if they reject us, okay, cool. Peace out. Because all they're doing is getting you closer to the place or the thing that you're supposed to be in. Right? That's how I see it. I don't know. What do you think about that, show? Like,
I mean, it just depends. If that's not a good fit, then it's not a good fit. Depending on how the interview went, because a lot of times you may have the skills they're looking for, but they're looking for the skills being communicated a certain way that fits into the company culture. There's a lot of other nuances that they may be interviewing for, not just necessarily just the skills. And funny enough, if they said no, you probably down the line would have not felt comfortable there anyway. So sometimes, because remember, when you're interviewing, it's not just them that's interviewing you, you're interviewing them as an organization as well. So
even when you're doing internal, what is it?
When you're
promotions and things. Yeah.
If you're filling out the position, if they're trying to fill it internally. Yes.
Yeah. Because you got to pay attention to the culture too, because maybe you don't want to move up in that company, or maybe you want to move up just to get the title and the status and then move on. Put it on your resume and then move on. You know what I mean? So you could leverage it that way too. I'm open to everything. But again, Shelly is here to tell you what to do, because Credit Solutionist will throw a lot of ideas at the wall. Shelly will help you compartmentalize, and strategically say, okay, well, yeah, I know Victoria told you to do this, but that's gonna look kind of crazy, so you need to maybe do this. And then, okay,
I mean, it just depends on what is it that you want to achieve right now. What is it that you see yourself achieving in a year, 2 years, 3, 4, 5 years? Are you just doing this to obtain this salary so you can use it to launch a business? It depends on what you want to do. So
Shantraya, Arts and Comics channel, says, it's why I focus on a side hustle and improvement until this mess clears, wasting my time. Yeah, and it could literally just be the universe, God, whatever you believe in. Like, it could be telling you, hey, you do actually need to strengthen this other thing in your life right now before, and then don't worry about the job and all that crap so much. Because if you have a job you're comfortable in, you might just need to coast in that for a bit while you grow the other thing, and then pivot back to see what you want to do professionally. But again, that's why Shelly's here. Accounting, okay, Ma Allen, if you're in accounting, I don't know the industry too much, but like, I don't feel like you would have a problem. So there must be another aspect that's going on. I wonder where it is that you live. I keep spouting my experience and will not recognize my prior experience. Okay, so they're pretty much just kind of not discrediting, but maybe they're just not finding your skills that you're promoting valuable.
Well, also, Ma Ellen, where are you applying? 1, 2.
Right.
Are you also hitting up your multicultural networks as well? How are you connecting with people that may be connected to other companies or other leadership? Do you offer your services on a freelance basis or as a contractor, instead of just thinking, because if you have a master's in accounting, there's a lot of opportunities that you can actually do on your own. So it just depends.
Yeah, there's a ton, because I know another gal that watches the channel, and she's a friend to the channel. I want to say it's a We Wealth. If you guys check her out, it's Athena over at We Wealth. She's a CPA, and she's got her, I think she has a bachelor's. She may have a master's in accounting.
Right.
In I think a couple years that I've known Athena, she's never been without like work, even because she takes breaks sometimes to just do entrepreneurial stuff. And then whenever she just wants to, she pivots back into work. And I've never seen her not be able to get a job. But it could be where she lives too. So, okay, no doubt, absolutely involved with what she said. They are FAF. I'm thinking you're saying fake as F. is what you're saying.
I mean, every corporation is going to have their issue. We can't really
Yeah.
say
And
about
there's
that.
always going to be a level of fakeness. Anytime you have to get up, put makeup on, or get up, get your hair cut, put on a suit, go in a building, it's fake. You didn't wake up like that. It's fake.
It's never going to be the ideal situation. The
Yeah,
only
it's
ideal
fake.
situation is what you create.
Yeah. So as long as we wake up knowing that, like knowing that the realest thing in our day is going to be us, that's it.
There we go.
You know what I'm saying? Like everybody else, you're looking at their representative. Only you are you. And then even you're giving them your representative too. Moving on, because Credit Solutionist can go in the weeds with that. Well, it wasn't about, this wasn't initially about my story. I just recognized two strong, cool ladies. I mean, listen, we strong and cool. You know what I'm saying? I'll take it. Give me my flowers, okay? Absolutely, with the
Yeah,
corporate
like
mentality. Have you thought, Ma? Have you thought about doing your own thing? Because if you have accounting, you need to go do bookkeeping services for
yeah.
entrepreneurs. You will make a killing. You set your rate and you get it done.
Right now, if you don't already have experience with QuickBooks is giving away their
Yeah.
training to become one of their advisors.
He said gay
They
networks. I can't tell if you a dude or a girl, Ma. See, this is what the faceless
keep
ones. I
going,
don't know about
keep
y'all.
going, keep going. Yeah.
My current company offers
Um,
internal, but the white, yeah. Okay, you going crazy, man.
okay. So at the end of the day, there's other opportunities out there that's not necessarily tied to a specific employer. You could provide those services to business owners, whether they're solopreneurs or they're small business owners. At the end of the day, um, you have some, leeway that you can operate within the premise of. If I, of course, you can go to mentorshelly.com/consultations if you're trying to figure out what direction to take. But those are just some of the suggestions that we can probably provide to you off the cuff, just based on the fact that you have a master's in accounting. So,
Mm-hmm. So we're gonna lead into another topic for another video because I do think we talked about ghost employers. We're gonna talk about ghost employees on the next one. What do you think, Shell?
let's talk about that next week, because I
That's what I was gonna
definitely want to
say.
dive. I want to dive into that topic
Yeah. All
because
right, let's get into the last thing, the last reason that you should not apply for a job you're underqualified for. I want to get your input on it. Pretty
yes.
sure Ma Allen's gonna have something to say, but I want
Mhm.
Ma Allen to tell us real quick. The next comment you make, I want you to tell us: have you gone and tried to do your own thing? That's what I want to know. Because the channel is about solutions, and we don't want you to just come and tell us why you can't get what you want. I want you to tell me that you tried to get what you wanted, you did your own thing, and then it
Right,
didn't work. Because if you
right.
got them skills, you gonna get some customers, okay?
Mhm,
That I
mhm.
know. That much I know.
Right.
Okay, so last point here. You aren't sure you can do the job. Oh my God. Imposter syndrome for real. Credit Solutionist goes through this. I do not know if
All of
Mentor
us,
Shelly goes through it, but I know
of
I
course.
do. Y'all,
Start asking the what.
my
I'm sorry. This is where the optimist in me shows up. Don't think I can't do it. Think, how can I do
because they need what? What is the word of the year?
it?
Audacity. We're
There
gonna
you
do it
go. Yeah.
anyway.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so let's go back. I want to read this out because I want you guys to really listen to this, and we're gonna leave you with this on this Friday, because we're all wrapping up these crazy work weeks that we've had. So here's my question. Okay, so you aren't sure you can do the job. So, being aware of your limitations is crucial when you're applying for jobs. If a position is somewhat relevant to your field, but you don't feel you have the skills or experience to do it right, you should not apply. Interjection, I don't agree with that.
I don't agree
Uh,
with that either.
now, while every new hire has a learning curve, you should enter the position with a thorough understanding of its processes and responsibilities. Applying to and accepting a job you're underqualified for could make you look unprofessional and damage your reputation. Womp womp. However, if you're genuinely interested in the position, online resources can help you fill your current skills gap to land and excel at a job you're not quite ready for just yet. I do not agree with that at all. What are your thoughts, Shelly? As a career
Apply
coach with
for it
over 20
anyway.
years.
Apply for it anyway. And instead of saying, I can, I'm not sure, how can I do it? What will I need? And I go in that interview and I speak to the values that they're looking for in that position. That's why it's important to get your prepare for your interviews, folks. Do your research, folks. These things that we're talking to you on, these computers or these
We're
computers we
gonna do
carry.
it anyway.
Sorry,
We're
girl.
gonna do it
Okay,
anyway.
got it. All right. Thank you. Do it anyway. Yeah. Do your research and just prepare for the
You got
interview.
to.
That's
You
it.
got to.
Just
Cause
do it.
that I didn't like that last part.
I
I that girl,
mean,
that made me recoil
all of
while I was
that is
reading it.
that last one is mindset.
Mm,
That's really mindset.
mm,
That's all it is. At the
girl.
end of the day, do it anyway.
Do it
So
anyway.
do it anyway. And what I will say, just to recap our whole discussion,
Yeah.
and I agree with you did have
What's up?
let me see here. Go yeah, Sarita's Arts in Comics did say ghost jobs aren't the eternal hires, which I that's what I was saying to you earlier. It's jobs being reposted for months and months in a cycle, and they never hire for it. And
But that's what I'm saying. How do y'all know the difference? As an
the
outsider, how do you know?
because they actually hire, well, as an outsider, it the attributes of a ghost job is there, but it's not truly a ghost job because they actually have hired for it.
So what would you call and I guess there you're gonna have to come up with a new term, Shell, because you
No, I don't, because it's not a
know they're
ghost
coming up
job
with
in its
terms
truest
all over the
sense.
place. So we're saying ghost jobs. No, I'm saying you're literally talking about a ghost job, straight, no chaser. I'm giving you the nuanced version because I've experienced it. So what would you call what I'm talking about? That's the thing that needs the
What
label.
they're pointing their resources different places, because keep in mind,
Mm,
the person you hire to go into a new position is going to leave
mm,
that another position vacant. They're going to have to hire for that position as well. So it
mm.
may create other opportunities. That's why it's not truly a ghost job.
Yeah, because if it like say your entry and then they post the
Promote
promotion
you.
internally but still out, and then the entry would
Correct.
truly be an entry. It would be a person from outside. Okay, I get
Exactly.
what you're saying in that
Yeah.
respect.
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
my
yeah.
Allen is cutting up tonight. Ma, you gonna have to
Yeah.
put a
So,
picture up on your thing, okay?
well, at the end of the
Let's
day,
see.
ghost jobs are is something that unfortunately you have companies that operate from an unethical place think it's a good practice, but in the long term, it's going to come and take a good chunk out of their you know where, and it's going to hit their bottom line and their reputation, because at the end of the day, the truth is the only ground you can stand upon. Although some of these corporations don't think you need it, it's absolutely necessary. And as far as the other article is concerned, um, 4 reasons that you should go for it. We have our theme song for tonight. Just do it anyway. Making sure, though, I'm going to say this, making sure that your resume has enough meat on there to speak to the position you're applying for. Because please do not do like what some of these other people do, which is have 2 words on a resume and think somebody is going to even pick up the phone and call you, because you're wasting people's time by not having a full blown resume that you're using to apply for a position. Because I have seen those.
I
Those,
love Denise
those
show. You
yes,
guys, look, if YouTube doesn't get me for that, we're putting that in every show, you guys, because we're gonna do it anyway.
So at the end of the day, you have to have something to, if you're saying you're applying for a forklift operations manager, you better have some forklift experience in there. How you gonna manage people that work on forklifts if you don't know how to operate one?
Yeah.
Just saying. So you have to have some kind of experience that ties into that. Even if you feel like you're unqualified, apply anyway, but apply with the real. Apply and be able to communicate efficiently what type of value you're bringing to the table. And these are things that I can help you communicate on your resume. I can also take you through interview coaching to communicate, especially through salary negotiation. You can use those things as leverage to be able to increase your personal economy as well. So, all of those things tie into what it means to be a career professional that is in control of your career, not having these people's, whatever opportunities are out there. But there are times when we have to step up and create our own opportunities, which is in the
Mm-hmm.
form of freelance or fractional services for a fee. So sometimes it's not necessarily just with applying for that job because there's a level of control you don't have, but there's a level of control of creating your own. So, and that's what part of what we do here, either together on this channel or separately. Me as a career coach, and Victoria as credit solutionist. So at the end of the day, folks, I'm here to help you to become a better professional, right? Whether you are coming out of high school, whether are out of college, whether you are making that mid-career shift from one industry to the next,
Mm-hmm.
or if you are an ex-trad wife or ex-housewife coming out of a very perturbing situation and you haven't worked in 5, 10, 15 years, I do have resources available. You can go to mentorshelly.com/ETW for you to start that journey back into the workplace, back into the labor force, and use those skills that you picked up while you're in those roles. As well as if you have high school or college students coming out of school and have no idea how to navigate their careers, go ahead and grab my book, From Clueless Teenager to Consummate Professional, 7 Steps to Getting the Career and Economic Life You Want. Everything that I talk about deals with personal economy, enriching your personal economy. And of course, with enriching your personal economy, that also includes credit. And that's where Victoria. Mhm. All right. All right. I got to get the sides right. Forgive me, y'all. I'm trying to work on direction here. All right. Go ahead, Victoria. Let's
All
close
right,
this.
guys. In this spooky season, honestly, jobs are spooky, money spooky, credit is spooky, everything is spooky. As we talked about at the very beginning, I am the author of the 90-Day Rapid Repair mini ebook. Let me go ahead and take my girl's comment off of there. Girl, you know I love you, but we got to show the whole picture, okay? Because we got the natural up there. Let me see
And
if I can take it
look.
off. There we go.
Yes.
So this is our so this is our 90-day rapid repair mini ebook. I am actually selling this at a deeply discounted rate because everything that's in this book is going to teach you guys from A to Z how to get your credit score literally from like 500, 400, I don't care what it is, but it's going to get you up to at least about 650 to 670, which is considered average or a good credit score. It's going to get you that house, that car, that personal loan so you can start your business. All that good stuff. This 90-day rapid repair mini ebook is going to get you exactly where you need to go. We have revamped this. It's a brand new version. You see, I got my beautiful curls, and yes, that is all me, baby. Don't ask me if that's a wig. It ain't no wig. That is the Credit Solutionist 100%. Shelly, give me my flowers, girl. Okay, high five. We high fiving off
Yes.
screen, y'all. But that is your girl, okay? Yes. No, I let it. Yes. Okay. So anyway, y'all, if you are needing that help though, y'all already know I cut up and it's 10 something on a Friday. Come on now. But yeah, that's what you guys need to do because as we talked about last week, a poor credit score can even affect your job. They're not just checking your credit scores now when you start the employment, they're starting it in the middle of your tenure with that company. Because as you saw with ghost jobs, believe you me, they are literally looking for ways to get rid of you guys. They will use your credit report 2 years down the line to get rid of you. Okay, so this particular book is going to help you with all of that. This is something that you can literally have for the rest of your life until FICO is gone, until Vantage is gone, until credit doesn't matter. You're going to need to use this book. Okay, so that's what I'm going to say right now. Also, I am the creator of the Small Business Blueprint. What were we just talking about with Ma Allen? Ma, you cutting up tonight. I don't know what's going on with you, but you cutting up, but I'm going to let you cook because I'm spicy too, and I appreciate you. But what Ma Allen needs to do right now is start a business because if
Yes.
you are an MBA, if you're an accountant, do you know how many people need help counting, doing
Mhm.
their books? I have QuickBooks. I hate logging into QuickBooks. I hate it. I hate it. But if you were to show me, hey, I have this many years of experience. Hey, I can do your books. Hey, this is my fee. Keep me on retainer, Credit Solutionist, for however many months. This is my fee. Take it or leave it. Credit Solutionist would then have to make a decision and say, do I want to work with Ma Allen or whomever else wants to count my money? You gonna be signing non-disclosures though, Ma, because you cutting up right now. I don't know. I don't know if I could let me come on the camera because Ma probably ain't even listening. I don't know if I could hire you because you cutting up. You fiery, you feisty. You might get on to start your own channel and tell them about my finances. I can't hire you, Ma. But I bet you got some skills.
That's right.
That is what we're talking about. We're talking about pivoting over. So the small business blueprint, that is something that you totally could use. Now you can also go ahead and book a credit or a debt consultation with me over at mycreditcall.com. If you want to do a one-on-one, we pretty much get on camera just like this. However, it's in a private space. I give you a recording of the call, so you can always refer back to whatever advice I gave you. I also provide you with a debt tracker, whether it's your monthly budget for your expenses or it is your budget that you want as far as a tracker on how to pay off your debt, how long it's going to take you. Should we do the snowball method? Should we do the avalanche method? I mean, it's robust, y'all. So go over, book that consultation. We're probably going to have some things coming up for Black Friday too. I'm pretty sure MentorShelly is going to have some stuff like that as well.
Yep.
Again, we come on here, it's fun and games. I'm chilling with my girl. We're laughing and joking, but we are dead serious about all of this. And there's a lane for each one of us in this world. And I want everybody that tunes into us, that is under the sound of our voices, to understand that it's not over. If a job is for you, let it be for you. But if you have a job and something else is pulling you and there's this part of yourself you've been pushing down for a very long time, we are here to show you we have felt that too. We feel it now in some areas of our life, and getting up, talking to you on camera, it is proof to you that you got to get up, you got to work through it, you got to find the resources, you got to hire the person, you got to book the consultation, you got to do what you got to do. Am I right or am I wrong, Shell?
Absolutely right.
This is what we're doing. And if you got to start from the ground up, do not fret. Okay? It is okay. All right? So, with that being said, Shelly, is there anything else, girl, that you want to tell the people about?
I want to thank every last one of you guys that came through and blessed us with your presence and your comments. Ma Allen, Arts and Comics channel, of course, Abundance Plus. Let's see here. Denise Joe, as always. Let's see here. Still Rocks, of course. I don't know if he's still here.
I know, still came in and came out. He was like, please, I'm gone.
Miss Farida James, of course. The NBA in the house. Amy Your shit. I'm sorry. I'm massacring your name. I'm so sorry. Amy, thank you so much for coming. Blind Batty, so thank you so much for coming. I don't think I've ever seen
all of you.
Vince Wilson, thank you so much for coming. And of course, thank you as always, Miss Credit Solutionist, for inviting me on here to be able to discuss different topics. And at the end of the day, we're here to help you to become a better professional and also to help you improve and increase your own personal economy.
Absolutely, y'all. Tell a friend, y'all. Tell a friend, y'all. And we're going to do it anyway. Because we got what, Shelly?
Audacity.
We got audacity. We got audacity. We're going to do it anyway because we got audacity. I'm sorry. We got to do this because we got to get the people into it. But yeah, y'all, like I said, we're just like y'all, struggling every day just with whatever we're going through, right? But we show up, and that's the difference. And there's no reason that you can't show up too. We don't care if it's 2 people or 10 or 200. It doesn't matter. If it hits one person's ears and it inspires you and you feel compelled to reach out to us, or just be in the tribe and watch and hang out with us every Friday, we're down with that. So have some audacity this weekend. Do it anyway, okay? And be safe with whatever you're doing. And if you're not safe, hell, name it after me. I don't care. Name it after Shelly. We'll do what you got to do, you know? But this has been Victoria Langford. your credit solutionist, and Miss Mentor Shelly, who is your dream career coach. And we are going to be signing out, y'all. We will see you next week. Give us a like before you leave and subscribe to the channel. We'll see you next Friday, all right? Credit Solutionist and Mentor Shelly out.
Bye.